Okay, let's move on and let's talk about what the market texture is looking like. Given that it's IT all the way, there is a Kotak, Bajaj Auto, ONGC, ICICI Bank as well to some degree, which have contributed to the market recovery today. But Ruchit Jain is here on the show. Let's chat a little bit more about the market texture with him. Ruchit, hi, afternoon. What is it that you're making of this recovery on the Nifty? We've recouped all of our morning losses.
Yeah, hi, very good afternoon. So I think the good thing is that this price up move post that gap down opening has also been supported by good broad market participation. Many sectors, including the IT, which was one of the most beaten down sector, even the mid caps and the small cap stocks have been doing well. On the Nifty front, I think we have already formed a range of 23,800 to 24,500. This broad range is where we have already spent last one and a half month. Now, a higher bottom has been made around this 24,000, 23,800 range. Until this is intact, I think we would make another attempt to maybe breach the 24,500 or at least go towards the 24,500 again. So the short-term trend, although seems to be more of a sideways, but there is a good buying interest that is seen on any kind of dips that we are getting. So any such dips due to geopolitical news flows or anything, I think should be used as a buying opportunity.
What are the immediate levels on the upside with regard to the Nifty and the Nifty Bank that you would look at, Ruchit?
Yeah, so on the higher side, initial targets that I would watch out for would be around 24,500 to 600, where the 200 EMA as well as the previous swing highs are there. And that would be the major breakout level. If we get a good close above that, and I think we open up for the next leg of up move, which could be in the range of 600 to 700 points higher positionally. But for now, 24,500 to 24,600 is what we are expecting or would be watching out for. On the Bank Nifty front, I think 60,000 is what one can expect on the positive side. In this recent dip which we received last week for a couple of sessions, the index managed to form a base around its 50-day EMA and has not been breached. So 60,000 should be the target for Bank Nifty index from here.
Interesting. But what about IT, Ruchit? After this up move, would you still venture to buy any of the names?
So I think yes, I think IT as a sector, if you look at the historical thing, what has happened over the last couple of years, we have seen a structural downtrend in most of the IT names or even the Nifty IT index. But always at the start of the result season, it becomes very important to see how the IT stocks react to this. When the heavyweights declare the results, be it TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech. So whenever we have seen that the post-result reaction, irrespective of what the numbers are, depending upon what the commentary is or the post reaction, the post result reaction, whenever it's not positive. So that for next 2 or 3 months, we do not see outperformance coming in from the IT. Now, this time it's looking a bit different. What we have witnessed today or maybe last 6 to 7 trading sessions, from that low around 26,000, the stocks have already beaten down. Momentum readings on weekly, monthly are oversold. So I think at least a decent pullback move should be seen. So I believe that price-wise downside should be over or should be very limited from here on. May slip into a broad consolidation phase, not a sign of a big uptrend. It's very soon to say that, but at least downside seems to be limited from here for the IT names.
Okay, while the India-UK FTA comes into effect from 15 July, the India-US trade deal and some updates coming in on that. The Trade Secretary is stating that the trade negotiations are progressing well and that the framework deal with the US is now ready, will be signed at the right time. India-US are on the same page on the trade deal, don't see any challenges, disturbances, and that the deal is going to be signed at the right time. So while we're still unclear on timing, it seems that it's very much par for the course. Avi is here to highlight some of the other newsmakers this afternoon.
So some of the stocks buzzing in trade, I would like to start from Fino Payments, which is up by almost 9% since the new accounts that open have increased by 31% on a quarterly basis and is now stands at around 3.13 lakh accounts. And the average total deposits have also risen by 11%, now at around 2755 crore rupees. Up next is Just Dial, which came in as a surprise for everyone and is up by 20% since it has witnessed the fastest QOQ increase in listings, which is in the last decade, apart from the COVID period. They've also approved the appointment of Mr. Dinkar as the designate CEO, who is also a former Flipkart executive. So this was as a big positive development for Just Dial. Up next is TCS, which is also up by 6% as the company has signed a multi-million, multi-year AI deal with ABB. This will transform the global network operations. Also, this is seen as a sharp rally after a lot of correction in the IT sector. Plus, there have been a lot of senior KMP changes in TCS along with a proper AI head, and that is what is causing the stock to rally. Up next is Good Luck India, as the board has now approved bonus shares for the equity shareholders. Every one equity shareholder will receive 2 bonus shares for Good Luck India. Our last pick would be Tata Steel, which is seeing some selling pressure as it has received a notice from Dutch public prosecution has summoned a wholly owned subsidiary of Tata Steel in Netherlands for suspected criminal offence over alleged pollution at coke and gas plants. So that is the reason Tata Steel is seeing some selling pressure. TCS up by 6%, Good Luck India seeing some good buying, and Just Dial came in at a surprise, which is 20% up on account of good listings growth.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Avi. Ruchit, let me come to you with regard to your picks in a market like this.
Yeah, so since IT has started showing some signs of strength, one of the IT name that we like over here is Tata Technologies. Well, if we just do some comparative analysis of Tata Technologies and IT as a sector, if the Nifty IT index has bottomed out last week itself or has formed a significant low during last week, Tata Technologies formed its bottom in the month of March, during March end. So 4 months ahead of the sectoral correction getting over, the stock correction was already over. And in the recent dip, the stock formed a base around its 50 and 20-day DMA and now seems to have resumed its positive move. So during this last phase of down move in the IT phase, in the IT sector, Tata Tech was a relative outperformer. It was not falling. So if the sector does well, I think this stock should get very good returns from here on. So from a trading perspective, keeping stop loss below 720, traders can go long for potential targets around 850, I feel. And JSW Infra is another name where the technical structure has turned a lot positive. About 1 to 1.5 years of consolidation phase was seen. And finally, all the resistances have been taken out. And recent volumes have also been quite good along with the price of moves. So I think this stock still has a long way to go. So JSW Infra can be bought with stop loss below 320 for potential targets around 410 to 420 in the short term.
Okay, the second one being JSW Infra, 410, 420 in the short term. So 20% from here, despite the 6.5% move on JSW Infra today.